I was kind of hoping that wouldn't be live there because I was dancing around. I was doing my best Rick James Super Freak.
Yeah.
Welcome once again to All Pucked Up, brought to you by My Garage Bar and Disruption Network. Thank you guys for always having us, right? You give me the...
Right now?
Huh? Yeah, I'm on. I'm already doing my thing. That's how I am. I just jump in, man. I'm quick like that. And, of course, I am Rich Masucci, your faithful host here. Faithful? Where'd that come from? I don't know. But and as you can tell, I just rolled out of bed. Look at this. This is the only show in America where you can roll out of bed like 10 minutes before and then just roll right into it. That's why you get the Superman shirt today, guys. I think I slept in this.
Really?
I did sleep in this.
That's okay.
Hey, man. You know what? It's hockey season.
That's right.
It's playoff hockey. I'm trying to grow the beard. It's not panning out for me. By the end of the season, maybe you'll see a little color there.
Well, maybe you need to go down to the local barber shop, sweep some of the hair off the floor, and just glue it to your face.
Yeah, we'll try that. Listen, Scott Kinville over there checking in with us. What's going on, man?
You know, I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
If that beginning song does not get you pumped up, that we do, nothing. You don't have a heartbeat.
Yeah,
it's as
our
simple
intro
as that.
music.
You know,
Absolutely.
It's awesome. And, you know, I got to tell you, I got a hockey hangover right now.
Uh-oh.
Been a lot of hockey binging this weekend.
Yes.
And in a couple minutes, we're going to be able to bite the hair of the dog that bit us because we're going to start all over again today. So,
I got up this morning and I was like, oh my God, did I literally spend like 27 hours or whatever the hell it was watching hockey there? Yeah, I did. And so did you. And of course, so did you, Mr. Yosh.
Yep.
What is going on?
Not much.
Let's see. I got it. There we go.
Hey.
I'm just getting used to this system. It's great. Todd gave me the old, if you stop in, like, with like a good amount of time, I can show you the whole system.
I can show you how to do it, yeah.
And apparently 7 minutes was not enough time to show me the entire system. Was it 3? So, yeah, and so what's going on, man? How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Can't complain. I mean, the Rangers lost game 1, but, I mean, I think, and I said this to you on the way in, a lot of our predictions from last week, going through game 1s, aged like milk. So we'll see. I mean, the Rangers are starting as we speak right now, so don't mind me if I seem a little distracted.
If you drift.
If I'm staring at my phone quite a bit, but
That's okay. Look, see, this is me getting used to the system. Scott, you're not up. I am. Bam, there I am.
Oh.
And, I got to tell you guys, I just got the call from Chris Mazzotti. He was going to join us today. I guess he's feeling a little bit under the weather, so we told him stay home. But
unfit to play.
But look at he's
unfit to broadcast.
but just in case, there he is. We got the empty seat for him. So you'll see that if I had actually come in a little bit before, we would have taken that off there. That's what happens when you show up three minutes before Todd, or Z says 3 minutes. So lots of hockey to talk about today. And, we didn't even get to the round-robin games last week. We just kind of went right through them. So maybe we should start with them, talk a little bit about that. Probably one of the ones that everybody was watching yesterday was Philly and Boston. Philly
looked good.
Philly looked
damn
good.
you, Philly.
They really looked good.
4-1 over Boston.
Talked about that a little bit last weekend.
Yeah, getting those 2 points there.
Yeah.
And what did you see in that game?
But you know what, though? Before we these round-robin games, I mean, I get why they're doing them so they can get their legs under them and all that. They just don't have that same intensity to me.
Oh, no.
As the playing games are, So, but obviously you still watch it because it's hockey. And I'm telling you, Philadelphia looks fantastic right now. I mean, it's one game.
I know.
It's a round rip. It's not an elimination game or anything like that. If Philly keeps this up, though, they're going to be tough to beat out.
They're going to be very tough.
They're really going to be tough.
Absolutely.
Boston just, I hate to say it because they're a great team, and it's just one game, like we said. But you think maybe they're starting to get a little old.
And we talked about that during the season.
Yeah.
I mean, let's put it this way: that team has played a ton of hockey over the past few years too. Don't discount that.
Absolutely.
Because with the amount of playoffs they play, I mean, it's like playing an extra season or two.
Yeah, that's a lot of wear and tear on the body.
So taking nothing away from them, but on the other hand, they're going to have to do something going down the road about getting a little spring in their step.
Yeah.
Because that, hopefully for Boston fans, that's not a preview of things to come. Because you can't discount a team that put up over 100 points in the regular season.
Yeah.
But
Wow. So Carter Hart, 34 saves in that game. Halak starting. The funny thing was they said that Tuukka Rask was not starting because of an illness.
Yeah.
But he had the broken
Everybody
hands.
knows he's got a broken finger.
Everybody knows, yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, like, who are you kidding?
Yeah, exactly.
So he's going to be back after he gets that all out. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm on it. But Halak, 25 saves. What else did you see in this game?
I just don't think you really see the Bruins missing Tuukka Rask in that.
Yeah.
I mean, Halak's a good goaltender, but I don't think he's good enough in this situation. You know.
Yeah, do you want to depend on him to get the cup?
Yeah.
Not so much.
No.
And I think, as I'm looking at this, so the 2 points, explain this round robin system that they're doing.
So each team's playing each other, on a round robin basis. And basically what it is whoever has the most points gets the higher seeding. So like the team that finishes with the most points is going to be the number 1 seed, second most, number 2 seed, going on down the line. Which, whatever. I mean, they had to come up with something, right? I mean,
Got to get those guys in there.
And think about it this way. Really, with everybody playing in the same rink, what's the difference?
Very true.
Who cares what you're seated? I mean, it's going to make a difference on line changes, face-offs, stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not like you're having the home ice advantage.
Right. There's no advantage at all.
Hey, turn our crowd noise up louder. We're supposed to be at home. I mean...
Did you happen to see the how they put the little video screens of the fans up there?
Yeah.
Did you see the Philly fans? There was one kid in particular. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. He looked miserable through the entire game. He just sat there, no matter what happened. So
just to make them feel, they should have thrown something on the ice from just.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a little weird getting used to the pumped in crowd noise.
I don't mind it though.
No,
I don't. You know what? I mean, there's a lot of people that are complaining about it. I kind of like it, just because that if they don't have it, it's like an empty rink feeling. I mean, it already is empty, obviously.
Yeah,
but at least you got a little something.
They even broadcast that today's attendance 0.
Yeah, right.
It would be like a morgue in there otherwise.
Right.
It's the first time I can't remember what fight it was. Who fought last night? I'm trying to remember it was in the Vancouver game, I think. Anyways, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
But after it, they're banging the sticks on the side of
Right.
on the dasher boards, and you can hear everything. Everything's so crisp, and you're like,
Right.
oh, man, yeah, I guess they do need that
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, and we're going to breeze through a bunch of these games real quick because there's so much to talk about. We got to jump over. Washington and Tampa, I believe, play later today.
They're 4 o'clock, I think.
4 o'clock game, yeah. They already announced, let's see, Hedman is likely in. Stamkos is definitely out. So, and I think we were saying that we expected Stamkos to actually be back in by this time.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're Tampa Bay, why rush him?
Okay, yeah, I can see
Why
that.
rush him?
Right.
Seating doesn't make it a difference, like I just said. And if he needs a little bit extra rest, send him through the round robin games. Who cares?
Yeah.
I would. Why push him back too quick, and then all of a sudden he's hurt for the rest of the playoffs?
Get those couple extra days in.
Exactly. Let him rest up a little bit. I don't have any problem with that.
The other thing I want to, because I want to talk about things we should watch for in this game, but one of the things I think everybody's looking at is definitely Washington, how they come out. Because I know at the end of the, I want to say the end of the season, at the end of February,
right.
they were kind of sleepwalking a little bit. And it almost seemed like they were kind of coasting.
Yeah.
But, Washington, who knows? Now that you're in the playoffs, they could turn that right on and just flick a switch.
That's just it. You don't want to bet against them because they know how to do it, But if they don't get going, I mean, if I'm Washington, I was just saying the round robin games, who cares? But if I was the Washington coach, I would be like, you better be playing 110%. I want to see more out of you guys because guess what? You sleepwalk into the playoffs, we're done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Too short of a series to screw around in the beginning.
Exactly. You know? So that would be my approach, but who am I?
Who am I? So that is later today, and I'm looking at the schedule. Is the Stars Knights game on later tonight too?
Yeah,
I believe it is.
I think that's a 6 o'clock game.
Yeah.
I don't have to look.
There's so much hockey coming at you.
I know,
You're
right?
Good grief. The big news out of there, obviously, Robin Leonard is going to be starting to net over my boy Marc-Andre Fleury. So, but
I can't believe it.
Well, actually, from what I was reading, Coach Pete DeBoer said he wanted to try to get 2 games under each goalie's belt.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, should we read into this any more than...
I wouldn't.
No?
I wouldn't. I mean, I'm surprised that he's starting Leonard in the first game, but Fleury probably needs. Everybody's been sitting for 4 months.
Sure.
But why wear him out right off the get go? So.
And this is Leonard's 4th game with Vegas since he came over from Chicago on February 24th. It was.
Right.
So maybe he needs to see a little bit more of him. I don't know.
Plus, if they're going to consider throwing money at him in the offseason.
You definitely want to see more of him. Yeah. We also know that Max Pacioretty will not play in this game. From what I'm reading here, Chandler Stevenson will take his place on that line. I know they were talking about their depth after let me see. They were just talking about. I'm reading some of their comments here. It looks like DeBoer is actually talking a lot about Nick Cousins and how he's going to be stepping up. What do we know about that?
Oh, he's looking for some contributions from his bottom 6.
Yeah,
is really what it is. Vegas is a very top-heavy team.
Yeah,
their top 6 is dominant. You have to give it to them there. But as we've seen before in playoff series of the past, if you shut your top 6 down, what do you got?
Right.
You got to have contributions from your bottom 6. There's just no getting around it. Every great Cup champion teams have all got contributions across the board.
Mm-hmm.
St. Louis last year, Washington the year before. Remember how dominant that Beagle line was for him?
Yeah.
So that's what he's looking to do. He's spark a little fire underneath them and see what happens.
Get a little fire under the arse.
Yeah.
And the other game from the round robin, yeah.
Say that 3 times fast.
Would be the Avalanche and the Blues. Did you see that goal? Obviously,
yes.
you see that goal.
Yeah. Oh my God.
0.1 seconds.
Unreal.
Kadri scoring there, slipping that play.
You want to talk about puck luck? That's
I know,
that's
right?
Some puck luck.
that's about as lucky as you can get.
That's some puck luck. Bennington 36 saves in that game. So, we said it before. The Avalanche are sneaky good. They're sneaky.
I
good.
wouldn't even say they're sneaky good. I mean, they were
just good.
solid all season.
Right.
Yeah. And of course, the Blues, they're about as solid as they come.
Yeah.
So
all across the board.
that's one of those games. I think somebody was going to win it.
That would be a fun playoff series.
That would.
Yeah.
That'd be a really fun playoff series.
Someone was going to win this game. It's, I guess, a 0.1.
Exactly.
Last.
That's as close as it possibly gets.
Yeah,
right
a
there,
last microsecond goal. Very fitting. Let's talk about the qualifying rounds. We'll put the round robin ones to bed. I like you said, I don't put as much into those round robin ones right now. You're like, they're here, whatever. But the qualifying rounds, obviously, there's a little bit more to be made there. And Nashville against the Coyotes. Pecorine getting set after 89 consecutive starts, playoff starts. And obviously, UC Saros jumping in there, getting his first start. Ironically, the goalie on the ice that had the best game, probably Darcy Kemper on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So 4-3, they won that opener, and I don't know, Darcy Kemper, man, he's one of them goalies. We've said it before. He's probably one of the best in the league right now.
Came out of nowhere too. I mean, he was he started off his career in Minnesota where he was good but not great.
Mm-hmm.
Got traded to LA to be a backup to Jonathan Quick, and then the Kings in turn traded him off to Arizona for basically a bag of pucks. Way to go, Kings! And
bitter.
And now, no, not at all. And now he's a great goaltender. Go figure. Yeah,
of course he is.
Why wouldn't that happen, right?
And as you're looking down the box scores here, I mean, Forsberg scored. Ryan Ellis had a goal. Saros had 33 saves. I mean, they weren't horrible, but
I didn't see this game. My wife and I were out, so this is the game that I missed.
Yeah.
And like we talked about last week, I couldn't have cared less about this series going in because I'm like, this is. And I'm getting these alerts. I'm like, where are all these goals coming from? What is this?
Maybe you should have stayed home and watched it.
Of course, because I don't watch it. There's all kinds of goals being.
I know John Hines, Preds coach John Hines, was saying he's not really sure who he's going to start in net for game number 2. You guys have any? You're giving me the look.
I start UC Saros.
Yeah.
You should be done with Pecorine.
Really?
I said that during the season too. Pecorine is past.
He's dead product.
His prime, way past. He's 38 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the same age. I mean, Lundqvist is the same age, but Lundqvist can make saves too.
Well, Lundqvist also didn't play a lot this season.
True.
Rene did.
True.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You feel the same way about that?
I think you almost have to, for the simple reason that Saros is their goalie of the future.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're going to go with him going down the road, get him the playoff experience now.
Yeah.
And not only that, you decide to go to Pekka Rinne for game 2, you're pretty much going to crush Saros' confidence.
Yep.
You know? And then what's going to happen? You need him to get back in there, and then now he's, who knows
He's not
how
in his right head.
Yeah, he's going to be, flustered and all that. So
You got to call Fleury's
yeah, he's a sports psychologist. There you go.
his goalie shrink.
Yeah, exactly. The goalie whisperer.
The goalie whisper, exactly. It's a funny thing. I mean, we've all we've all played sports, and it's weird. Like you have bad games, you just kind of bounce back.
Right.
But it is true with goalies. They're like a very what's the word I'm looking for? Unique.
Yeah.
They're a very unique
Yeah.
breed.
And who knows? I could be completely wrong, and Saros may just take it in stride. I don't know. I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
But it's a chance that you run of you really want to mess with your goalie's head by yanking him just for after one game. I mean, you really can't blame Saros for the entire loss.
No, not
I mean,
at all.
Look at that. What do you get? 38 shots against? I mean,
Yeah.
at some point your defense has to help you out a little bit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Real quick, I want to jump over and talk about that Minnesota-Vancouver game last night. That was the game I was talking about. The fights going on.
yeah,
So 3-0, obviously Minnesota winning in that one. And, if I took away anything from that game, stay out of the penalty box.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stay out of the damn penalty box because both their goals, their first 2 goals, I should say, both power play goals.
Right.
And it's, I don't know, it's just undisciplined.
Yeah, I was actually very surprised at how Vancouver did not look good.
No.
I was actually very surprised by that. Rich, you hit the nail on the head. You keep giving teams power plays, bad stuff's going to happen.
Right.
And I say that kindly. I had to watch my mouth there for a second. I almost slipped on live TV. But
Oh, wait, are we live TV?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, we are because you can watch this on a TV.
Yeah.
So,
We do have a TV over there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not on. But I know what you mean, man.
Right.
I'm with you all the way.
and I think Vancouver kind of fell into the trap of we're going to have to play physical against Minnesota. Vancouver is not a physical team.
No, they're
They
not.
got to play their game. They're a speed team. Play your game.
Yeah.
Don't fall into the trap of playing down or not down to the other team's level, but playing their game.
Mhm.
Right? If they want to play grinded out game, Minnesota's going to win this series because that's what they do.
That's their game.
Because
That's
half of
what
Vancouver
they
will
do.
wind
Yep.
up getting hurt playing that kind of hockey
Exactly.
And if we're talking about coming out just, I think that was kind of like the theme of this past weekend is there was a lot of teams that came
Yep.
out, and you could tell they hadn't really been on the ice and been,
Right.
playing for 4 months. But there were some teams that looked just
Yeah.
flat.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Vancouver was one of them. Jacob Markstrom, I thought he got a little better as the game went on, but when he first started, he looked pretty
Rusty.
pretty rusty too.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was was it the first shot he took he let in?
I thought it was the second.
It might have been the second, but yeah, it was
It
right
was
off-
early. Let's put
It
it
was
that
Yeah,
way.
it was
yeah.
definitely early. It was like I got it 2 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. That was on that Edler penalty, and then Spurgeon scored in the second off of Tanner Pearson's slashing call. Another great idea.
Yeah.
Let's load that penalty
Let's
box
just
up.
keep getting in there. Yeah.
Alex Stalock, he looked actually pretty good for the Wild. He looked great for the Wild. 28 saves in that.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I was actually quite surprised.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I don't know how I feel about that series going forward. I
I think Vancouver rebounds
yeah.
because I have faith in Travis Green. And it's not just because he was a Utica Comets coach, but he's a very, very good coach, and he's not going to let his team slide.
No.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
I can't imagine what the locker room was like after that game. I'm sure there were some choice words.
yeah, I'm sure it was not all pleasant. That's
Yeah, there's no. I don't think there was a lot of attaboys going on. Let's put it that way.
high fives, boys.
Yeah, pretty much.
See you for dinner? No, nothing like that, man. They were like,
Markstrom's a better goalie than that.
Exactly.
I mean, he's been the best goalie and almost the best goalie in the league for the last couple of years.
Right.
So I think he'll find his groove and turn it around too.
it really is. It's just a matter of banging off that rust.
Yeah.
The problem is that they don't have a lot of time to do that.
No.
You know,
Exactly.
and like we were saying, you take the first game kind of finding your feet, and then all of a sudden, yeah, we're in game number 2 and we're already a game behind. I mean, you saw the stats for games or for teams that lose that first game. It's like 80% or something like that go on.
Yeah,
to lose the series.
I heard that stat.
You probably heard it just as much as I did.
Right at the end of the right at the end of the game, it's like 84%.
Yeah,
yeah.
I loved him reminding of the like every 5 seconds mentioning that during that Penguins game. I'm like, yeah, keep that up, man. I love it. I love it. I love to be reminded of that. I got to talk a little bit about the Blue Jackets and the Maple Leafs here. Dave Bandage with the line of the century on that one. He wrote on his Facebook, "Autumn is coming early this year as the Leafs are ready to fall." So shout out to Dave for that line, man. I don't know if he got that from somebody else, but it's a great one. Korpisalo, 28 saves for the Jackets against the Leafs. I don't know. We talked about this before too. The Leafs, one of those teams, man. They're a speed team. Like, if you start playing physical against them, I don't think they really.
You know what?
They looked overwhelmed.
I'm sorry, but 4 letters describe the Maple Leafs. S-O-F-T. They're soft.
Yeah.
They are a soft hockey team. There's just no getting around that.
Yeah.
And, of course, Coach Tortorella, once again, here he comes.
You
guess
know
what? He's got those guys running through brick walls again.
Yes.
And you know what? Columbus basically smothered Toronto.
They did.
Is what they did.
They bottled up Matthews. They bottled up Tavares.
They pushed him around.
Yeah.
And that was, if that's what Columbus has to do that to win.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to play the speed game. They're not going to outscore Toronto, in a run and gun game.
Right.
You keep banging them like that, and Toronto has no answer for it. Bye-bye, Leafs. It's over.
I know that right now Canada is going bananas because I think every one of their teams lost last night or in the past couple of days, right?
Yep.
Well, there was a Canadian team that won Saturday night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
So you're just reminding you.
I don't acknowledge that, sir. Damn, I set myself up for that. The minute I said that, I was like, son of a... Anyway, we're usually talking about Freddie Anderson. How'd you think he looked in this game?
Can't blame it all on him.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he only gave up 2 goals. It wasn't Freddie Anderson's fault at all. It was, like we said, the fact that the Toronto Maple Leafs just could not counterpunch against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah.
And if they don't figure out a way to start getting some breakouts and using that speed to their advantage, I'm telling you, if this is the way this series is going to go, it's going to be quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually still had faith that Toronto was going to win this in 5. I just, I had them figured, well, they got more talent. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
They do have more talent. But, talent always doesn't win.
Very true. Very true.
You,
what's your prognosis on this series going forward after seeing that first game?
I don't know. It's tough to make a call after the first game,
Yeah.
Because, like we said, a lot of teams came out flat,
mm-hmm.
and where our predictions kind of fell short there is we weren't thinking, like, this team was great all season, and now, but I don't know.
They all got to get those legs under.
Yeah, they do. They do.
It's gonna be now if they lose tonight,
they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, or tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Columbus and Toronto will be tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
If they lose next time.
Yeah. And then the time after that.
Yeah.
Then we'll really know what the outcome will be.
If they lose 3 of these games, they're done. So this one, oh boy, I wanted to save because I was hoping that Mazzotti was going to be here. I know he'd have a mouthful for me on this one, but the Rangers in Carolina, you get to take Mazzotti's place on this, sir. 3-2, Carolina won that game. Shesterkin, obviously, that late scratch. What would they say?
He said he was unfit to play.
Unfit to play. He was there. He was up in the stands watching the game.
Checking it
so
all
he
out.
doesn't. It's not COVID. We know that. But yeah, I'm not sure. They said he might have gotten hurt in practice, and he's not. Lundqvist is playing right now, so.
Oh, he is in.
Yeah.
That's right. The game is on right now.
Yeah.
You notice how we're trying to rifle through this so we can get back to watch it? I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, why am I doing a show? The game's on.
It's 1-0 Carolina.
Is it
by the
really?
way. Yeah.
Is it?
Wow.
Oh, you heard it here. Well,
Wow.
soon after it happened.
Yeah.
Who scored? Do you know who scored?
It was Svechnikov.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. He didn't do the Svechnikov goal.
I didn't watch the highlight
the
yet.
lacrosse goal there.
So but the Kings started. Lundqvist actually didn't look bad.
Lundqvist played a good game.
Yeah.
You really like the first goal was kind of a soft goal, but Fast was on the ice and he was hurt at the time, and that was the guy he was supposed to be covering.
Right.
So, and the shot, there was nobody was stopping that. And then the other 2 goals were bounces that, I mean, the one went off Stahl's foot.
Yeah.
And then the Aho goal, nobody was stopping the second goal, the Aho goal. It was just tough luck for the Rangers. I mean, they got to, like you said earlier, they got to stay out of the penalty box. There were a lot of penalties in that game.
There was a ton of penalties.
Both sides. It was 14 penalties in that game.
Yeah. Way too many.
Yeah.
So where was Panarin?
He got a secondary assist.
He did get a second
shorthanded goal.
He had four shots.
4 shots. Capo Caco, however, you heard his name more than anybody else's. He was everywhere on the ice.
Yeah.
Not getting any goals, but he was taking chances, which I think the rest of the team could maybe follow suit and shoot more.
Yeah.
Because I think they were looking for honey chances and they weren't getting them. Carolina's too good defensively to try to play that kind of game with them.
You know, I was looking at the some of the time here. Panarin, 1 shot for the 7 minutes and 40 seconds of power play ice time he was out there.
Yeah. 0 for 7 on the power play. They were just bad.
That's not going to get it done.
Well, and you notice what else too in that game? Carolina had absolutely zero respect for the Rangers power play.
Yeah.
None.
They were off to the races every single time they got the puck. Instead of just dumping it out, and nope, they were carrying the puck out. They were getting. I don't think they ended up with a shorthanded goal.
No, they didn't. The Rangers wound up with one.
I mean, how many 2-on-1s did you see shorthanded?
Yep.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
They just did not care.
The announcers kept saying that over and over every time the Rangers got a power play. Carolina had the most shorthanded goals this season out of any team. That's great. Thanks.
Just to remind you.
Thanks for reminding me.
In case you didn't know, I'm going to tell you 7 more times.
The team that loses game 1 loses 84% of the time. So
back to back, they lose 80% of the time, and they're they scored all these goals shorthanded.
And their schedule's tough too because they're playing now and then they play 8:00 tomorrow night.
Yeah,
is game 3. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a wash.
Yeah.
The Rangers lose, they get a chance at the first round pick. So, and I wasn't expecting. I even said it at the beginning when I joined back up on the show at the beginning of the season. I wasn't expecting the Rangers to be a playoff team this year. Right. So the chance that they're even getting a chance to get into the playoffs right now makes me happy.
Sure.
And if they lose, at least it was the Carolina and not like Pittsburgh or Boston. So.
See how this show goes?
This is the beauty about my team not even being in this.
I know.
You just sit back and watch the carnage.
You're just you're out of the conversation.
Yep.
But it is nice, man. It's nice to be able to watch. Well, I was going to say it's nice to watch playoff hockey, but it's nice to be watching playoff hockey in August.
Right.
So
even like I said, the chance that they don't do this and they get swept by Carolina, I'm not going to be heartbroken because then they get a chance at the first round pick, and even not. I mean, I saw some predictions this morning. Rangers are sitting at possibly getting an 8th or a 9th pick anyway. So, and they get the first rounder from Carolina too.
Yeah, so, you guys are set up.
They're set up. I'm not really worried about it. I wasn't expecting them to be a playoff team this year, and I was maybe thinking maybe next year, but we'll see.
Do you want to taunt Mazzotti since he's not here?
Well, I will say that for the Rangers, somebody else besides Mika Zibanejad has to show up.
Yeah, he didn't play a good game either.
I mean,
Vucinovic scored that
by the end. Right? By the end of the game, Zibanejad was better.
Right, but I'm saying he seemed to be the only one that actually showed up for the game.
Yeah.
Everybody else just sleepwalk mode. I mean, it was incredible.
One more thing, can we take Jacob Trouba off the power play, please? Every time he gets the puck, he is putting it on the other team's stick.
There comes that emotion.
Every time.
You know, it's funny you bring that name up because, I mean, I have several friends that are Ranger fans. You know, God bless them, great. And when they got Trouba, it was, he's a potential Norris winner. He's going to be awesome with us. They didn't overpay because I'm like, you guys gave him that much money? Are you kidding? You know, he wasn't even really a good second fiddle in Winnipeg, really. Right. He's basically a second line or second pair defenseman. Yeah, he's not a first pair.
And Rangers fans can't even blame Lindy Ruff anymore because he's gone.
Right.
So
I was going to hold off on this, but I think we probably should talk about this game just because we mentioned Winnipeg there. So 4-1 they lost to Calgary, obviously in that opening game. Scheifele and Laine both unknown. I guess are they still both unknown? Last I knew, for status wise.
Scheifele's out.
He is out.
He's out, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's done for the year.
Yeah. When he went down, man, I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I can't stand Matthew Tkachuk. I can't stand him.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't his fault. He did not do that intentionally. I don't think he intentionally would take his skate to the back of somebody's leg. I mean, they were both kind of going into the boards. You could tell he lost his balance a little bit, and it's just a weird, unfortunate thing that happened.
Yeah.
But if he's got cut tendons and all that, forget it.
Did you see that Paul Maurice interview after?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
No,
he's not a fan of Tkachuk.
There's not. You know what? I don't even know if his mother's a fan of him. But
let me.
They like Brady better.
Yeah, right.
let me just summarize it for you. He said he went after the back of his legs. He could have cut his Achilles. He could have ruined his career. Disgusting, dirty player, the whole nine, right down the.
Yeah. Well,
so, not really a fan. I mean, you said
I don't think that was intentional.
Yeah.
And obviously the league doesn't either because he'd be suspended for, obviously the rest of the playoff season.
Yeah.
By now, they would have definitely had a hearing about it and all that.
Absolutely.
It's just an unfortunate thing. But I'll tell you, Scheifele being gone, it just tilted this whole series.
Absolutely.
It really does.
That's what I was going to ask. Like the chances of with those two gone out of the lineup.
Yeah, and I tell you, I had Winnipeg as my dark horse pick, but
not anymore.
Scheifele's done.
Yeah,
I don't know how you recover from that.
I mean,
especially in a short playoff series.
Yeah. Did you see that hit?
I didn't see the hit. No.
I have to agree with Scott. I didn't think it was like intentional. I don't think he targeted anything. And I remember years and years ago. Remember Matt Cook, obviously, who played for Penguins.
Yeah.
I remember he got kind of called out for doing the same thing. He brought his skate down on. God, I can't remember who he did it to. But anyways, I have a hard time believing that any player in the NHL would have such disrespect for another person's career that they would really go to that length.
Exactly.
So. I don't know. Paul Maurice probably off a little bit on that.
I mean, I'm sure he was frustrated and all that too.
Yeah.
At the time, well, you just lost your top center.
Yeah.
You lost your first playoff game here. It's going to eat at you. But I like Paul Maurice as a coach. I think he's a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I hate Matt Tkachuk, but I got to disagree with the coach on this one. I really, truly don't think that was intentional.
When it first happened. I just kind of briefly saw it, and I didn't even really think he got.
I didn't either. I thought maybe he hurt his ankle or something. He went down like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, did he twist his knee pop? What happened here?
The first thing I thought is Gensel. It's the same thing that happened to Gensel because if you remember, he hit the board. That was no real.
Right.
And then all of a sudden,
just a freak thing.
Yeah, out for 4 months, and I'm thinking, oh man, the way that he was down on the ground, kind of writhing around, you're like, he's done. He's
right.
So it's gonna be interesting. I like how they said status both unknown. I was much like you, man. I'm like, it's known.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's done.
Pretty much.
He's done. So moving forward, though, I would probably say Calgary's chances just went through the roof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I was really surprised by too. They started Cam Talbot. I thought for sure they would go with Rittich. I mean, obviously it paid off for him.
Yeah.
But I was quite surprised by that.
We got a couple more games to talk to. I want to give you a chance, though. I don't really have my buttons today. Rich, where's your buttons? Play jazz. I don't have that. But
what?
I don't know.
Oh boy,
what the hell am I talking about? But I wanted to give you a chance. Did you do trivia today? Do you have one squared away?
I got one if you want one.
Let's hear it.
All right.
You're not going to get your music, but
no, it's all right. So,
I can hum if you want.
No, that's quite all right. I'll pass.
All right.
Thanks. Maybe we won't do trivia this week. No, this one is this question is actually courtesy of an article I saw in The Athletic.
Okay.
Sean McAdoo, he's also goes by Down Coach Brown, so I want to give him credit for this one. So, very interesting. Since the NHL started in 1917, how many teams have played in the NHL? And I'll give you a little bit of a hint. A team like the Winnipeg Jets counts twice.
Okay, so anytime they move locations, it's...
Yep.
Okay.
So it's basically team names, really.
Good God.
Is what but they, like I said, team like
Been a lot of
Winnipeg
teams.
That's a
counts
ton of
twice.
teams. That's a ton of teams. Let's think about this one for just a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to talk about a different game. Then remind me to come back to that.
Okay.
Because I know how I am. I forget everything. I forget it all. So
I might too, so.
It's like we might as well check us both into like the Fultz home or something.
I know, right?
We're just running the show. I don't know where it really goes from here. What didn't we talk about? The Isles and the Panthers. Isles defeating them 2-1.
Yep.
And Jean-Gabriel Peugeot scored that goal, obviously making an immediate impact since coming over February 24th. Everybody coming over on 24th.
Trade deadline.
Yeah, yep. Anything interesting about that game?
That was an Islanders game.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about. That's what they do. You know, they grind you down with that system, grind you down with those 4 lines, and like we had talked about last week, this is how the Islanders are going to win this series.
Mm-hmm.
Florida has to get their big guns going. I mean, that's, you know, Bobrovsky didn't play bad. He didn't play bad at all. But when you're only scoring 1 goal,
yeah, there's
what
there's
what
not a lot of room for error.
I
there.
mean, come on. So, yeah, like I said, it was your typical New York Islander game.
Yeah,
right there. And if this continues, obviously, it's going to be like we said. It's going to be the Islanders.
I think before, even last week, we were saying, I mean, a lot of this series depends on goaltending. And I mean, I'm kind of with you. Bobrovsky, he had no chance in this. I mean, there was so. But moving forward, got any hope for them, for Florida? We didn't really give them a whole lot of.
We didn't give them a whole lot of hope to begin with.
Right.
No, I'm still going to go with the Isles on
Isles?
this. Yeah, 100%.
I think the Islanders win this series, but I think Florida can make it interesting.
Yeah.
Steal a game?
I think they can make it interesting, but they can't, you know, like we were talking about with the Minnesota and Vancouver series, they can't fall into the trap of playing the Islanders game.
No.
Right? They can't, you know.
I'm very curious. I was going to talk about this more, but obviously I'm looking at the time. We're gonna run out here. One other thing I got to mention: Johnny Boychuk left the game in the second. I think Trotz was supposed to say if he was supposed to make an announcement about him. Did they say anything?
I haven't heard anything yet.
No. Okay. Well, maybe later today we'll find out. We'll find everything out. It's gonna be
find out if he's unfit to play.
I hate that. Unfit to play. Can't we just go back to lower body injury?
I know, right?
If you're going to be like, nondescript.
Well, you know, I think the NHL wanted to find a way to make everything even more vague.
Yeah.
Probably.
You're like, wait, we're giving him too many details with lower body injury.
Yeah.
It's unfit to play now, okay?
So let's go back to your trivia here. Say this question again.
Okay, so since the NHL started in 1917, how many team names have there been?
56.
And like I said, Winnipeg Jets counts twice because they were originally, you know, in the 80s.
Yeah.
Then they moved to become the Phoenix Coyotes.
Yeah.
And then the Atlanta Thrashers moved to Winnipeg. So there's 2 of them. So you say 56?
I say 56.
Okay.
There's got to be way more than that. It's got to be.
What's your guess?
100.
Yosh almost got it. It's
Did he really?
59.
Come on.
So close.
Way off.
59. Yep. Oh yeah, you got to figure in, you know, powerhouses like the old Philadelphia Quakers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The St. Louis Eagles.
There's got to be more than that. No?
59.
This is why I don't do trivia. The word suck comes to mind. Oh, what do we got here? Chicago and the Oilers. We didn't talk about that yet.
Didn't.
No, and there's probably a good reason. That was the one game I will openly admit I fell asleep. I fell asleep like second period. I was like, oh, this is It was a sleeper.
Well, you know, I tell you, the way that game started, I thought Edmonton was going to run away with it.
4-1 in the first period.
I mean, that McDavid goal.
Yeah.
You simply cannot give that guy time.
No.
You can't.
No.
And it was, you know, if you blinked, you missed play. I mean, it was that fast. He just shot in off the blue line, and boom, there it is. It's like, oh my God, you know. But Chicago showed why they've they've won 3 Stanley Cups.
Your boy there, Mike Smith.
Oof. You know
not
what?
His day.
I hate, you know, being the second guess guy and all that. Why Mikko Koskinen wasn't starting that game, I will never know.
I said the same thing.
He was the better goalie throughout the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get Mike Smith has playoff experience, but this is not the time to play games.
Yeah.
You know, and Koskinen was better. I mean, there's just no getting around that.
You know, the other thing I was looking at too, and I get it, they're not all his fault. Everybody knows that kind of thing. But
right.
3 goals in the first, I probably would have pulled him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why they let him sit around there.
You know, sometimes you got to shake the team up. You got to stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you still got a chance to get back in the game. and he just kind of let him hang. It was
it obviously was not his day, man.
Yeah.
It was just not his day. Wasn't anybody's day on that
it's
team.
terrible.
Actually, as I'm looking at it, some of the stars showed up. I mean, McDavid obviously scored. Draisaitl scored. Nugent Hopkins scored. Kind of garbage time, but they still scored.
Well, and that was the interesting part. I mean, the final was 6-4. Obviously, it wasn't that close a game.
No.
But you start thinking in the back of your head when Edmonton gets those 2 late goals, it's like, can they really do this? Because they're only down 2 with 3 minutes left to go. It's like, this might get real interesting. Then all of a sudden, Chicago went, nah, we want to win this game.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Sorry, guys. Your fun's over.
Put the smackdown on that one. And Jonathan Taves had 2. Saad and Dylan Strome each had 1. Corey Crawford had 25 saves in that game.
Well, Dominic Kubalik had 5 points.
Oh yeah. So
another fantastic trade by the LA Kings, by the way.
I mean, we were saying last week it would be something if like the old crew came out and just showed the new guys what was up.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Edmonton's got the younger legs. They're faster.
Yeah.
But they haven't been there. Chicago has.
Yep.
And you cannot discount that. You can't. Especially with Crawford being back in, that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If it was going to be, Subban or Delia, right?
Yep.
Colin
Delia. Yep.
It would have been heavily favored towards Edmonton. But Crawford's got the championship pedigree. He's been there, done that. Like we keep saying over and over. I know it sounds like a broken record.
No, but it's true. It's absolutely true.
It's the absolute truth.
Yeah.
And Chicago's big guns showed up.
Is this the upset to watch?
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Like I said, Chicago's got a puncher's chance. There's no doubt about it. And it wouldn't really surprise me if they won. I'm telling you, it would not shock me one bit.
Yeah. You think so, Yosh?
Yeah, I agree with Scott on that one. Edmonton likes to do what Edmonton does, and that's not win important games. So
yeah, right.
We don't win important games.
All the talent in the world, and they can't win a game when it matters. So
you know what it is? Edmonton needs to do something about their defense.
Yep.
They have to. You can't depend on your forwards to do your breakouts.
No, you're right.
Your defense has to be able to get that puck out for you. And they don't.
Nope.
Well, speaking of upsets, I guess we probably need to talk about this too. Is there a way I can just put down the headsets and check out for
I figured you were trying to push the show all the way to the end and go, oh, well, it looks like we can't talk about Pittsburgh and Montreal.
I would absolutely love that, but I think I'm running out of teams here. So I don't know if I can I think this is it for our thing here. But Canadians and Penguins. 3-2 in overtime. And Murray got the start in that, obviously. I don't think that was any big shocker.
No.
Even though Jerry was probably the better goaltender, was definitely the better goaltender.
A lot of Penguins fans are up in arms about that, that's for sure.
And I mentioned the trade kind of rumors buzzing around is that Murray's potentially on his way out going to Vegas. That was the trade that they're talking about making. Murray for Fleury again.
Here we go again.
Because we weren't sure the first time. And then bringing in Fleury to kind of mentor Jari.
The trouble with that, though, is how are you going to do that with the cap? Cap's not going up. Fleury's got a $7 million cap hit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know what would
You're going to give away half the team to get Fleury back.
As a mentor.
That makes absolutely zero sense.
None.
Well, but I think Murray is scheduled to make quite a payday after this.
I don't know. Do you really pay him? Especially with the glut of goaltenders that's going to be on the market.
Yeah.
Do you really give him that big money?
No.
I understand that he won 2 Stanley Cups. I get that. But they don't win those cups without Fleury.
No, you're right.
He didn't play the whole playoff, or the entire playoff series during those cup runs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe Murray's just one of those examples of a guy that's already peaked.
Could be.
You hate to say that about a 23-year-old goaltender.
Yeah.
But, if I'm Pittsburgh, I don't give him the big money. And don't forget, him and Tristan Jarry are both restricted free agents once the season's over with.
Yeah.
So you got to make a choice, obviously. And, obviously they're not going to get bailed out by the Seattle expansion draft because that's not until next year. So do you maybe get both of them to sign a bridge contract and try to work out something with Seattle? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what you do about that.
It's a tough call.
Yeah. And you want to stay loyal to Murray because, like you said, he's got 2 cups. But at the same time, you're like, if you're not doing it, man, if you're not the guy, I guess it's time to. We got an update.
1-1.
1-1. Who scored?
Panarin.
Wow.
After we called him out, he must have been watching our show.
He's got
out of the ice.
He's got it piped into his earbud.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll show those guys.
Talk about me, you bastard! So 2 penalty shots in that Penguins game. Do you notice that?
That's was the first time it's ever happened in a playoff series.
Neither one of them could even shoot the puck.
I was gonna say it's the first time they both missed the friggin' net.
That was ridiculous.
Oh my god!
I thought I was like watching a blooper reel or something.
It was like I think Sherry
Brad Marchand out there taking shots.
Yeah, dude. When you saw Sherry's face walking away from that, I was like, "Oh boy, I feel it for you, brother." I totally feel. And then he went out and like botched a play right after. Good Lord. One last thing about that game. I don't want to talk about it too much, but Crosby, Gensel. I mean, Gensel looked a little rusty to start, but I think he got back into the flow. Russ scored. Where's Malkin? That's the freaking story every year. Where was Malkin? Malkin looked like he was on a different planet.
Yeah. Injured?
That's game 2, man. That is game.
Unfit to play.
Unfit in the head. Man. I don't understand it. You know, for a guy who is so talented. I mean, he is a talented freaking player, man.
Oh yeah.
But for some reason, he just gets points in the season where he gets so
like he's not even
lazy.
interested.
Yeah. And you're like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, at least try. At least fake it. It's like not.
You're not even sweating. What are you doing?
Why didn't you bring your helmet out with you? Right? Still in the locker room. What are you doing? Don't you plan on playing? No. In Russian. 9. Or what's?
Niet.
9.
9.
You're looking to buy a car now or something?
Oh.
Actually, though, I think Pittsburgh's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of an aberration.
Yeah, it
To be
is
honest with you.
Well, we certainly friggin' hope so.
No. I mean, let's put it this way. The Canadians played the best game that they could possibly play.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh pretty much played the worst game that they could possibly play. I don't think that continues on throughout the entire series.
No. Listen, I'm going to sound like a homer on this, but Pittsburgh has a way of playing down to their competition. They do it all the time. It's like they want to make things as dramatic as humanly possible. And then all of a sudden something goes in their head and they go, whoa, we need to kick in. Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, we're supposed to win.
Yeah. And you know, that's March.
It's like every March. It's like they live a constant Rocky movie.
They do. He had a 1 in a million shot. Absolutely. Like, good God almighty, man. Please. So, but I will say this. They gained a lot of confidence that last game. Canadians did.
Yeah, they did.
And Carey Price.
Yeah.
So,
but like I said, though,
and without Max Domi playing too. I mean,
I don't know. What were you going to say?
I just think that was an example. Like I said, the Canadians are playing the absolute best possible game they could play.
Yeah.
Which they did. Hats off. Great for them. But I don't think this Pittsburgh just kind of laying down.
Up, dies.
I don't think it's happening.
I don't think so either. So, best thing you saw this weekend?
Wow, that's a good question. That's a real good question.
Yeah.
Your Penguins losing?
Oh, God.
I'll second that.
Really? Wow. I was trying to go the nice way. I was
but you know what? I want Pittsburgh to win.
Yeah, me
because
too.
I don't want them to get that pick.
Yes, you do.
That's exactly it.
Yes, you do.
That's exactly it.
It's gonna be the Penguins or Edmonton. Yes, you do. You know, actually, I was gonna go the other way with it. One of the best things I think I saw was the national anthem. They actually, who's the artist that they piped in? See, you know his name. What's his name?
Michael Bublé?
God. Huh?
Michael Bublé?
Michael Bublé. It was great, man. Yeah. I love that. He sang the Canadian national anthem. Yep. And right before that, they did the national anthem just instrumental.
Yep.
I thought it was great.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
I thought it was great.
Absolutely.
I'm so over seeing like big name stars come in
and
just butcher them. And you're like, oh, what did you do? So that was nice. Yeah. But, yeah, I think everything for the opening weekend of the playoffs, or I'm sorry, qualifying round, went pretty good.
Seems to be going off really well, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what the ratings for TV or anything like that were, but, you know, I have to say, of the major sports, the NHL has actually done it right.
Yep.
All the way across the board, they've done it right.
I
knew?
think
I know, right? That
Who
the
knew?
NHL was going to pull this off.
all of the other leagues have the NHL under a microscope right now.
Yeah.
Going, how did they manage to pull this off? Like,
I mean, baseball's a disaster right now.
baseball's done.
Who knows if football's going to even go off? I mean, you don't know.
No.
I think the
I
NHL.
really. Nobody cancels an NHL season except for Gary Bettman, and he pulled this off.
Yeah.
So,
And you
might
get a
this
CBA
be-
extension on top of it.
yeah.
Might this be the first time there's an applause for Bettman?
No.
No, don't go that crazy.
Yeah, I was just going to say, wait a minute. He wouldn't know what to do.
He'd probably like, hold on a minute, I gotta leave.
Is this really happening? Am I in the twilight zone? What's going on here? People are applauding me? What's going on?
But it was crazy. There was 12 cases of COVID for the Marlins, I think it was, for the Florida Marlins.
Yeah.
And then in the NBA, I think they had a bunch of guys
Yep.
that are already. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, man, who knew?
Zero NHL. Zero.
They went through phase 3 with
Yeah.
0 positive tests
So who knew?
before they even got up to the bubble.
And too, that's a real testament to the players and the coaches and everybody involved themselves.
About
That's
discipline.
That's
it's
discipline.
100% about discipline.
It's exactly it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but these guys are. How'd you get COVID? If you're supposed to be doing your thing, like quarantining, supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, well, I went to the bar because I was bored.
Saw
Right.
Oh,
and I
really?
think, especially for the teams that were on the outside looking in, now that they have a chance to get into the playoffs and a chance of getting a cup,
Sure.
I think that was really a driving factor for a lot
Absolutely.
of them too.
The other thing that I was going to say that I was very happy to see, that hockey's not really like this. The players opting out, like in the NFL right now, I think it's $150,000 if you decide, like, well, I'm going to opt out. I don't want to be around that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it's $300,000, if I remember right, for if you opt out because you have some type of medical condition.
Right.
Like if you said, I have asthma, I want
Right.
to opt out. $300,000. I
They're
don't know
fining the players
for
opting out.
yeah, for the players
That's nuts. I'm sorry.
for the players to basically say, I don't feel safe, I'm not coming back this season.
That's nuts.
$150,000 unless you have a medical condition. It's $300,000. Get the hell out of here. I'll tell you what, I would opt out of everything. They wouldn't even have finished the sentence. They would be like, it's $150,000 done. I would have been gone. There's no
that's
incentive.
a drop in the hat for those guys.
Yeah, but I mean, $150,000 to basically take a season off, not get that wear and tear on your body,
right.
and just sit around with your family and everything else, or $300,000. Just sit around with your family and do what you've done for the past 4 months, which is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to be really freaking dedicated to the sport to be like, you know what? I want to come back and make a difference. No, absolutely not.
Well, I don't know. Mixed emotions on that one.
Yeah.
Because, truthfully, millions of essential workers go to work every day.
Yeah.
Well,
Every day.
yeah,
know.
but
They don't have the option of saying, I got millions sitting in the bank.
right.
So
that's the problem.
they shouldn't be fined. They should not be getting fined.
I don't think it should be a fine.
But they
That's
should,
what I'm.
But
I
if,
agree
if
with
you're
that.
going to opt out, okay, I'm not paying you. You're going to have to go the unemployment route just like everybody else.
Yeah. Take
Not
that
that they
million.
would need it because
Yeah, right. But the
Millions of
point
Take
dollars.
those millions that you got in the bank
point
and
is,
have fun
you know,
for 4 months.
yeah.
Like if I were to say, oh, yeah, I don't feel safe going to work. Well, okay, but
Sorry, there's no paycheck waiting for you at the end of the week.
I don't know what the legalities are with that either. I mean, I could be shooting my mouth off right now because I don't know what the legalities
Right.
are.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I don't
But
know.
like I said, they shouldn't be fined. But like I said, there's millions of people go to work every day.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
I don't know.
The- Obviously, you guys all know Erica. Erica's been working overtime. She works at one of the nursing homes,
Mm-hmm.
and she's been doing like 15 hours a week overtime since March. And they haven't gotten any kind of bonus. They didn't give her nothing. It's like basically,
Exactly.
it's the same thing they told everybody that was first responders, front line. Congratulations, you're a hero.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
there's nothing. They don't even get like the $600 COVID money people get from nothing. And she heard that $300,000. She almost lost it. She's like, wow, everybody's getting rewarded. Unbelievable, man. So, yeah.
Oh, so they're not getting fined. They're getting paid.
Paid.
Oh, they're getting
Oh,
paid.
I thought
you were saying they were
fined.
getting
That's not what
fined.
you said.
No. You're getting $150,000 to
not
sit,
play.
To not play.
Oh my God, that changes everything right
And
there.
if-
Okay,
and if
Oh,
you,
now I'm even more angry
and
about
if you
it.
have
Yeah.
a medical condition, it's $300,000. Get out of here. No way in hell. That's why I was saying, I mean, I
thought
changed
it was a
all
fine,
right there. Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it was a fine.
No, I'm so happy that the NFL is, or the NHL rather, is not like that, where they give them like this basic, here's your open door. Everybody run for it.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I have some feelings about getting paid for work you're not doing, but yeah, that's a conversation for another day.
Okay. That changed. Okay. I misunderstood what you were saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I said it wrong, but yeah, that's the thing.
It'd be awesome to get paid to just go home, but
here's $300,000. Have fun. We'll see you in 4 months.
Yeah.
What? That's why I say you save the wear and tear on your body, and you're making the freaking money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now hockey, they're going to potentially be done in October.
Yeah.
And then take a month off, and then go right back to playing hockey.
Yeah. You're right. Like a month later.
A month later. Yeah.
Crazy. So big applause for our NHL players for getting on the ice and making it happen. And, of course, Gary Bettman, too, for making this all possible.
Boo this man.
That boo is for love right there, Commissioner.
Bettman's reached a new low. He's got booed on a podcast. Let's wrap it right there. I'm going to let you get over to your game. I know you want to watch it, and I do, too. So, Scott, anything else to add?
Nah, not really. Just enjoy the hockey all day, all night.
There you go.
This is incredible.
Yosh?
Let's go Rangers.
He's like, just end the show.
Let's get done.
I want to get in front of my TV. Shut up, Rich.
All right, guys. Oh, hey, can you see Z in there? He cannot. Anyways, that's going to do it for us. So I'm Rich Masucci for Scott and for Yosh and for Mazzati, who's scheduled to be back with us next week. We'll talk to you later. Enjoy the games. See yas.
Later.
Take it easy.